In this exhausting past year, among the many things that our society has come to see more clearly, it has been much more apparent that the chemical and physical changes that happen all around us, things we have traditionally learned to be objective and impartial, simply do not affect all populations equally. Despite COVID being a virus that it has no way of discriminating against race, class, or gender, across the country there is only more and more evidence that its impact has been hardest felt in the most disenfranchised community, particularly in low-income communities of color. While these statistics will continue to be discussed in years to come, one thing we, as community members of Boyle Heights and Los Angeles, can already start to argue is that this effect is not by coincidence, that there is in fact a social and historical context for why these communities continue to experience the harder blow from this pandemic.
According to the National Resources Defense Council, nearly half of the U.S. Latino population live in cities with the worst air quality. The heavily Latino communities along the 710 are among them.
Here at the Law and Public Service Magnet, it is important for us to engage with the science of environmental justice, the right for everyone to have access to healthy environments, which include clean water and air, by first recognizing that even the science and technology happening in LA occur in a social context, the same social context in which we struggle against racism, sexism, classism, and all other forms of oppression.
It's not just the housing being segregated, so is pollution. Pollution is segregated, and which means that as you start getting more and more low-income families and families of color concentrated in areas where there's lots of pollution, more and more pollution gets put in those areas. And so you get the segregation of income and race, but you also get the income of pollution.
Residents living along the 18-mile stretch of the 710 contend with heavy truck traffic, noise, and poor air quality, with high levels of particulate matter from diesel exhaust. According to the California Air Resources Board, instances of asthma and cancer are much higher in these communities.
For me, it's like it's raining smog on the kids.
Is that just part of life here?
I think, yes. Yeah, it's your life. It's like it is. Yeah.
Is it a good life?
It's your life.
But these unhealthy conditions aren't supposed to be just part of life. We do have the right to clean air, clean water, and healthy environments.
Environmental justice embraces the principle that all communities are entitled to equal protection of our housing, transportation, employment, and transportation, energy. And so it's a concept that's rolled in equal protection, equal access, equal enforcement. It's not a fuzzy issue, it's an issue of the right to live in a neighborhood that's not overpolluted, a neighborhood where your kids can play outside on the playground, that's not next to a refinery or a chemical plant.
And we should hold accountable those that are denying us these rights.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Modesta Carranza. Yo quiero saber quién va a pagar los biles médicos. ¿Es la responsabilidad de los padres o supuestamente es responsabilidad de la compañía de Exide?
Or supposedly it's the responsibility of the Exide company.
Who specifically allowed for this to happen? At what point could this have been stopped? And who made those decisions? Where are they at?
The City Council of Houston that's making that decision back then, what's the racial makeup of that City Council?
All white.
All seven?
All seven.
Yeah.
So you get this whole idea of environmental justice also means having access to decisions that are being made and making sure that it's access, and that no one segment of our city or county or region should be making decisions for other people. Not having individuals on that city council in that room saying, well, let's not just put all the landfills or the incinerators or the garbage dump in this one area. And so it's a matter of equity, a matter of fairness, and a matter of civil rights.
So through our different classes this quarter in which we investigate environmental justice or injustice. Let us go more in depth and examine the details in hopes of reclaiming our right for a healthier and more environmentally just Los Angeles.